have on the line? Yes, there's Councillor Fenley Douglas is on the line. Good afternoon, my brother. How are you?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm giving God thanks and good afternoon to your listeners.
Yes, very quickly. Tell us a bit about your division and a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you're aware, I am the councillor for the Waterford Division, but I'm a parish councillor, and it's for the parish of St. Catherine. So we are probably a special group of councillors that attend two councils, one in Spanish Town and one in Portmore. I have been a councillor for over 13 years and a businessman in the parish of St. Catherine who champion daily the fight for the poor.
So I don't understand. It's like how my rich business with me. I don't understand, councillor.
There's a different level of representation for you, man.
I'm a troublemaker, councillor. Now, tell me a bit of some of the good things happening in it. Well, I've talked with the other councillors already about, because, I was quite close to the people at Portmore when they were fighting to have their own council. And I'm one of those. I won't get into the details of it now because I've discussed with other people. But when there was this fight to have the Portmore municipality, I must admit I like the model. I like the fact that people are able to vote for their own mayor. I wish the same thing would apply for the whole country. I don't think anybody should select the mayor for me. And also, I really think Portmore should be a parish, but I guess you people have concern about how you're going to do it. And one has to look at that too, because if it's not done in a fair way, you're going to have a problem. But I think Portmore should be its own parish. But that's not the big topic today, unless you want to comment on that if you want.
I don't mind commenting, man. I'm willing to comment. Let me state that how Portmore was developed, it was developed by way of citizenry participation, right? In which the people were the main drivers as to where they wanted their municipality to go and how they wanted to be represented.
You need to pass on to the rest of the country?
Yeah, man. And I believe that it should be replicated island-wide.
Yes.
Due to the fact that I don't believe 10 councillors, 12 councillors should choose a mayor to lead 300,000 people. That's foolishness, right? Yeah. I believe that the ballot system that we have now in Portmore, where the mayor goes to the people on his own platform, then it should be replicated across Jamaica, because that was the will of George Lee when he was mayor, to say that this pilot project with central government at the time was where we wanted Jamaica to go to show better democracy.
I bet you didn't know that he was my friend that I used to work with him. I used to come across every now and again. I bet you didn't know that.
Well, you know what? George was a man for all seasons. So
and he was also in the media too. So I used to, what would happen to Mr. McLean? He used to come across when you're fighting your own, because that time we had a national organization called the Citizens Initiative Organization. At that time, the citizens of Jamaica were really, they were awake, but nowadays they're fast asleep. All they know, of course, are politicians.
I don't even want to say they're awake. We have taken away, and I said we. I use the word, hello, you're hearing me?
If you do that to me again, you say I'm going to cut you off. Because I'm going to tell you I'm not hearing you.
All right, calls keep coming in on the phone. But what happened is that they took away the power from the people and gave it to the parliamentarians. Right?
And so I disagree with you. It's we hand over the power to the parliamentarians. They can't take it from us.
Well, true, but we were hoodwinked where our servants became our masters.
They can't hoodwink me. So they hoodwink who they want.
You are hoodwinked. You're Jamaican.
Good. So we seem to be in agreement on certain things. I'm sure we will disagree on other things. But tell me about your division. How are things going in your division? Some of the things that you're pushing for and so.
Well, Waterford, as you're aware, is probably one of the most colorful division anywhere in Jamaica.
And in Waterford, you must have plenty of water, right?
No, not plenty of water, but we are a community that is bursting with so many different talents. We're one of the biggest community right now in Jamaica as it relates to entertainment, because you know that we have nurtured and bred several international superstars.
Yes, but some of them I don't support. So I would want to even mention the name on this program. Moving right along. You know what I'm talking about.
Man, and we have at one point in time the second fastest man in the world, Warren Ware. We have produced from our little schools down there.
Don't come short for me, no. My parish have the fastest man in the world, so come short for me. But I must have the water.
If you're not from Trelawney, then I know you're lying.
Yes, I'm from Trelawney. Go and show off Motor Division. What other good things are happening there?
Outside of the reservoir of wealth that we have in our people, there are several developments that we're doing on the ground. As I
Yes.
said to you currently, we work closely with the people of Waterford, and I am about now to construct with the Portmore City Municipality a commercial zone for Waterford, because unfortunately it was one of the communities that were built without any shops at all. Because at the time when it was built by Matalan and commissioned by Michael Manley, we had a zone, which is the mall. We were built as a special community, the
Yes.
only one in Jamaica with its own fire station, police station, library, clinic, and so the like, and post office.
But me ask
Right?
you a question. You have your own fire station. You have an emergency water supply set up in the area?
Well, you know that the fire brigade these days, they get water from the different hydrants.
I know, but sometimes they come, there no water in the hydrant.
I don't want to speak about that. Sometimes they don't even have units.
Lord have mercy. No,
Yes.
I was making that suggestion in a very awkward way. That I love to see us having, emergency water supply in various areas. So if there's a problem, every committee, I think, because can you imagine you have an earthquake and next year the Hermitage gone, Mona gone?
Well, something. I am big on water security myself.
Yes.
It's something that I have tried to ventilate nationally over the past 10 years, but clearly it is falling on deaf ears. When you go to other countries that are serious about people management, you see the National Guards guarding water. Right? In Jamaica, every 2 weeks you hear about some sort of pollution, some sort of something happening to our water system.
But like I hear you, Councillors Brett, about to the war report. How is a Brett? What kind of report to the one? Eh? Why you want a report now?
I will be very calm on this, but let me tell you something. Democracy and transparency should be the hallmark of all governments. And it can't be that the one time in how many years you have been reporting to council about water quality, and the one time that something goes awry, then the minister crawls in his shell to say, no, you no longer need to give them a report. We'll publish this report online.
Well, all right. Here what now? As of now, I'm the minister's advisor. Him now pay me, Minister, take me humble advice, you see. Sometimes when somebody get a box in your face, you see, sometimes you have to learn from that box. What you do, nobody will don't join in your shell and start hide everything. It don't work. You make it bad for you and you make it bad for your government. What you do, you give the information and make those idiots out there who chatting rubbish look stupid. When you hide information, now you are going to look away, Mr. Minister. We have to be, not into politics, Mr. Minister, but I know politics. You have to be astute. So what you do is make the councillors look stupid by giving accurate and timely information, not by using the law and bureaucracy to withhold that information. I wonder if the minister heard me. Mr. Now don't get me now. Fight it up, Mr. Tell you the truth. By the way, time is going now. Time is going. No, me not no friend now. That's how it go. Let me ask you. Your time is short, it's a real pity, but we might have to call you back again.
No problem.
Why you going to the people, them going to make up noise about garbage, though, and I hear the reporter using some garbage term to describe what was happening. What's the real problem, Councillor? Tell me.
I like how the reporter had coined it, though. I had to smile. Very good play upon words. But let me tell you something.
But were you speaking garbage?
Yes, I was speaking garbage.
Carefully, you know. You just admitted to speaking garbage.
Figuratively.
Yes.
All right, listen. The National Solid Waste Management Authority, as you're aware, claim that they're responsible for solid waste management within Jamaica.
Yes.
For the past 13 years, I've been councillor. To be real honest, every single meeting you go to, you hear the reasons why they are not performing. And the last big reason they gave couple of years back is that they did not have enough trucks. The resources were lacking to do the work.
But they get some trucks now, man.
Yeah, man. And I am being very honest now. I am not blaming central government. Central government gave you 100 new trucks that you paraded around the 14 parishes of Jamaica. Right? And then you're still coming to the meetings to give excuses as to why you're having backlogs and why you can't clean up.
What reasons they gave?
You want to hear the new reason?
Yeah.
Yes, are you ready for it? The new reason is that they have built new housing schemes in the parish. And as such, because of that, they don't have sufficient resources to ply all the routes. So
No, you can't laugh at that one. From that one,
no
it's true.
man,
Probably it's
no
a
man.
probably it's a bad excuse, but you have to think about that. But I also think there probably is a worker challenge, and I think with the collection of garbage, we need to automate it. I'm telling you quite frankly, I don't see where that single entity managing the whole country can do it effectively without being fully computerized. Because I'm telling you, I know sometimes they know go to some area, you know. The man them no free for go to here, they now go.
And that is why I am saying you need to put garbage collection back in the hands of the parish council, back to where it was before 1986.
But can you manage to make a mess of it one time and ready again for it?
No, man, we were ready for it, man. We were ready for it then without the proper resources versus now the 100 trucks plus contractors and what you have.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're saying no. So I should be talking to Mr. God in the future. So I will because basically, you know,
tell him hi for me.
So you're not speaking terms.
Well, I doubt
after asking the man to be resigned to pack his bag.
Go, man. He needs to go.
No, frankly speaking, a good guy, you know. That's my opinion. Yeah, you might disagree. Let me tell you, there are some problems there. Mark, I must admit, he sought out the financial things and reportings and so. But as I tell you, there are still some challenges. So you get rid of him, you're going to probably end up with another person with the same problem. I find him to be trying, but Mr. you have a problem still. You have a garbage problem, but you have a problem.
Let me tell you, what ticked me that day.
Yes.
The health officer for the parish, Dr. Prosper Chen.
Yes.
Got up to say the parish was in a state in terms of garbage that she is concerned that we might have a serious health crisis within our township based on the townships are being overrun by garbage. I couldn't sit down and listen to that.
But my concern that I can be concerned, but the medical officer should be concerned. The medical officer should be able to take action. Somebody should be able to be suspended or something, action be taken.
And that's why I'm helping her to say somebody need to go home. And then when they send home the little man, the supervisor on the ground, I'm sending home the head because heavy is the head that wears the crown. Management comes with responsibility.
So, but let me ask you, in one of the cases, I know that it was a school beside a school, and my understanding is that the schools are commercial entities are supposed to be responsible for their own garbage. Is that so?
No, not the schools. The commercial entities.
Commercial entities.
Yeah, but let me get something clear here. So.
Yes.
If the agency was being run properly.
Yes.
Right? The agency would have
tell you what, I normally take a little break, but we're going to go over because we're already over.
What the agency should have done is to make sure that those people who deals in commercial garbage, that they have a separate contract with NSWMA or a private garbage collector. So at least a part of the NSWMA could be earning good revenue, right? But they're not doing that sort of enforcement to make money.
But I put it to you again, that's not the responsibility of the NSWMA, it's a regulatory body.
Yes. Remember also, you know, NSWMA is a regulatory agency, you know.
That's why you want back the work. But if you don't ever make a garbage of it, you see me, I don't know where that fall out.
No, man, we need to get it back, man. They're joking.
Yes.
And I am the councillor on the ground, whereby we are getting the calls from our community constituents who is asking why the garbage truck don't come, what is happening, etc., etc. And when you go back to those people on election, you know, on the eve of election, that's a councillor. You did bad with garbage collection, not understanding that it's outside of our remit. We can't do it. It is another agency. Because everything that happens on the ground, the people call you, the councillor, who is the first line for them.
But you're on the ground, so what do you expect?
Well, that's true. And but look, Mr. Darby, in 2025, we should be more creative as it relates to waste management in Jamaica. We should have put the relevant systems in place to be making money from garbage.
But you know who I'm going to blame? No, you know. Let me guess why I'm going to blame, you know. Now that you make up the noise and we hear you, you must now come with a proposal now. And you must make sure I have a copy. And when you go to council, you say, hold on. When you go to council, you present that to council. And when I get a copy, I circulate. So next time, You don't have to tell anybody to pack their bags and go. But when they see your proposal, they realize that they better jump on it. I'm very serious about that. You need to put a proper.
I gave you 20 seconds to say that because I'm going to say something to you now.
Yes.
I went overseas to represent Jamaica, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I went there, I went to a place called Lakeland in Florida.
Right.
And I did a research for 2 weeks on a garbage disposal site.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought back my research to the parish council and presented it to them. So when I speak about garbage, I can speak with authority.
But you only present to the council, you must present it to the people. So I'm encouraging you to do.
The council would have sent it to the minister.
No. You're not following me at all. The minister probably busy election time, What you need to do, I want to come up with a proper proposal. The council must adopt it, and then you circulate it to everybody, citizens, people like myself in the media. I can put it up on my blog and so on.
Well, I can give you a few things that were in my recommendation.
No, you're not going to make it give it on because I'm going to charge you for doing that. I just call you here because I want to hear the good things happening. You didn't get the time to tell me bad things happening.
I am also locking down a PhD in global ecological disaster, and waste management is another segment of that.
I don't understand when you say locking down a PhD.
I am completing my doctorate in global ecological disaster.
So I'm going to tell you to pack your bags and leave the council and go up to university and lecture because many of our persons with masters and doctorate, they are pathetic and they have not performed.
Some of them, not all of us.
So I like how you do that. So you know telling the right person to write that paper, present it to the council and present it to the nation. So the whole nation. So you don't have to go tell my friend to pack his bag. Probably me to pack his bag. I don't know.
You need to pack his bag, man. And let me tell you this.
Yes.
You can run a dump at Riverton City and your office is in New Kingston. You need to be.
Don't put him in the dump.
You need to be where the work is.
No. Let me tell you so. I'm going to defend him. Let me tell you quite frankly. And there are lots of drawbacks with the area. For one, I may agree. But as a person, he has done a lot for the workers and he's always on the front. So that I commend him for. But that don't help you in your garbage collection. And that
will help you when you call me and tell me that the truck not come at your gate, Mr. Derby, for 3 weeks.
Yes.
The police doing well in terms of crime on paper, but the reality on the ground is different.
It's different, yes. But
so
here's the truth now. I want part of your PhD thesis now to write a thing now, to present to the council, to present to the nation, because all we're getting from the nation and our political leaders is just hot air. We want solid things that
hot
the people
air
can
and a lot of gimmicks and PRing. That's all I'm seeing.
Then part of it too.
No, I'm not, I view myself as the governor, the people's champion. Right? And I'm never afraid to speak the truth.
And I'm proud to hear what they're studying. You make sure you do that thing. I'd love to get a copy of it. We're going to circulate it because we need to govern with the people, not just the council alone. The people need to be a part of it. And so, Minister Samuda, when they tell me nonsense about you're going to present a report to this and that, absolute nonsense. By the time the webman put it up on the side, probably 20, 30 people dead and sick already. So we need to change how we do things, sir. And I will advise you must go on somebody at the council meeting because, people out there watch you too. But, sometimes we have to go on body though. So I'm not going to knock you completely.
To get change at times, you have to fight for it. And Nelson Mandela...
You're going to tell me that's why I call you on the program. That's not why, because you never called me before to come on the program. You say, may I give you trouble? Mr. Fenley Douglas, I'm going to have to leave you now because I'm governed by time.
Yes.
I know you're governed by budgets and such like.
Yes,
so I want to thank you very much. I want to call you again, but definitely we need to get more documentation for you. Get the people involved because if you get the people on your side, you don't even have to worry. To tell the truth, if you say the right things and publish the right thing, not even the party support you will need.
Thank you very much.
Because there are enough intelligent people around. It's just that those who don't have no sense sometimes we put up on the front page and they talk absolute rubbish. But on this program, on this station, we want to come up with solid things, with good suggestions, and to enlighten and empower the people. Final word, so you say get me in trouble, I'm going over now.
Well, I just want to say that as Jamaicans, we need to speak up. And if it is wrong, it is wrong. Right? And if it is right, it is right. But we didn't get this far as a people or as a nation by being silent. And I'm sure that Nani and Paul Bogle and others, they're rolling in their graves now to see that Jamaicans, Africans, we have lost our tongue.
Mr. Fenley Douglas, You make another mistake. You say, lost our tongues. We have lost our spirit. We have lost the drive to start up and be independent. We have lost everything. You know, so nowadays, if you want a demonstration, it's pure woman is up front. You can't find two man.
No, well, you'll see me out there always at the front demonstrating. You know, I'm always out there crying.
I hear you. Thank you very much. The Councillor for Waterford Division, Councillor Fenley Douglas. All the best, my brother.
God bless, sir.
Have a wonderful day. Great talking to you. I love your spirit, though, you know. Take care, my brother.
All right, brother. Cool.